The AFC South. Just overall not great across the board in 2024. And yeah, I know the Texans have won it 2 years in a row, and they won a playoff game 2 years in a row, but they beat out this division and then beat the Browns and the Chargers in the playoffs. So kind of like being the tallest dwarf. Welcome back to Finned Up. I am your host, Dolphins fan, local idiot, and masochist, and I am here once again to give you my predictions on another division in the NFL. This time, I'm going to tell you all about the AFC South in 2025. The Texans are still going to win it. The Houston Texans. Listen, the Texans are going to win this division again, and it's not even going to be close, folks, all right? D'Amico Ryan's defense was incredible last year, and it's still going to be incredible in 2025. CJ Stroud had a little sophomore slump in 2024, but I'm expecting a good bounce-back season in year 3 for the dude, because the Texans did go through pretty extensive measures in the offseason to help shore up their interior offensive line, which was so bad in 2024 that CJ Stroud was dying at the knees every single game. Now, they did lose all-pro left tackle Laramie Tunsil to the Commanders this past offseason, but they replaced him with Cam Robinson. And yeah, I mean, that's basically the same thing. Tank Dell is still out with another brutal season-ending injury, but if Joe Mixon makes it back for the regular season and Nick Chubb looks anything close to form like his prime in Cleveland, that backfield will be nasty, even though those two are pretty big ifs. But they have tight end Dalton Schultz. Okay, honestly, the Texans offense probably won't be very good if Mixon misses extended time, because at that point, it's just CJ Stroud and Nico Collins versus the world. Fortunately for the Texans, they are playing in the AFC South, and for those reasons, Shark Tank, I am giving them a record of 11-6 and first place in the division. The Tennessee Titans. This is my bold prediction for this video. The Tennessee Titans will be okay. They won't be good, but they won't be bad. They will be okay. I like Cam Ward, and I actually think Brian Callahan can coach offense. The Titans defense was a shining spot of their team last year, and that should continue into this year. Unfortunately for the Titans, their offensive line and receivers are still bad. I mean, sure, they have Tyler Lockett and Calvin Ridley catching passes, and that would be sweet if the year was 2020, but we're in 2025. COVID is long gone, and those dudes are old as f***. And to elaborate on my point on the offensive line, I ask you, my friends, to name one offensive lineman for the Titans without looking it up. I beg you, you can't do it. I know you can't. It's impossible. Point made. I like Chigakonkwo though. The Titans are moving in the right direction and they are building something, but they still won't be good. However, they are playing in the AFC South, and much like my point with the Texans, I have them finishing 8-9 and second place in the division. The Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, I have the Jags in third place, and no, I don't think Travis Hunter and Liam Cohen take this team from being a stinker to being a good one. I will die on the hill of all hills to die on that Trevor Lawrence is the most overrated quarterback in the league outside of Justin Herbert. And I like Trevor, but I am so sick of the media putting him as a top 10 quarterback preseason after preseason when he hasn't done anything to be considered a top 10 guy. He's tall, handsome, has pretty blonde hair that probably smells like strawberries, at least it does in my imagination when I think about it, and athletic. But the dude doesn't win. He's never had great stats. And honestly, he's had a pretty decent offense around him, like from a support wise. So like, I still just don't get it. With that being said, Brian Thomas Jr. is the truth. Good God, is that man good at football. The Jags are finishing 6-11 and taking third place in the AFC South. The Indianapolis Colts. I have long been on the record that I am a hater of all things having to do with the state of Indiana, except for Kurt Vonnegut. That guy rules. And this includes the Indianapolis Colts. Seriously, it's just an entire state of cornfields, and they decide to plop down a giant city in the middle of it for no reason. Maybe they just want you to stop there when you're driving from Cincinnati to Chicago. I don't know. Now, the Colts finished 8-9 last year and in second place. But listen, guys, Joe Flacco isn't coming to save them this year, all right? The quarterbacks on their roster include Anthony Richardson, Daniel Jones, and Riley Leonard. Things are not looking good. Now, the rest of the Colts roster is absolutely stacked. The offensive line is incredible, the defense is incredible, the skill positions are incredible, and the running backs are incredible as long as Jonathan Taylor doesn't drop the ball before entering the end zone. Unfortunately for the Colts, AR-15, he ain't it. And that's why I have them finishing 5-12 and taking last place in the AFC South. Those are my predictions. If you disagree, I will gladly argue with you in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I will see you next time. I love you all. Bye.